Everybody, welcome to RPA Trends 2 on Task Mining today. My name is Lee. I look after marketing at Chasey Partners. The reason we're looking at task mining is from 2020 to 21, it grew about 85 to 95%, but uptake from enterprises is a little bit slow. The good news is the Everest Group, they reckon that this year we're looking at a growth rate of about 75 to 80% for task mining. Luckily, we have our RPA expert Chewy with us today, and he's going to start the ball rolling by kind of giving us a brief explanation of what task mining is. Over to you, Chewy.
Lee, thank you. Thanks for the invite. Thanks for setting this up. And hello, everyone. So task mining, very exciting topic. So what I always like to do is to describe what task mining is not. So task mining is not task capture. Task capture, it's another tool that is widely used across multiple finance, non-finance organization, and that is aimed to help analysts to document processes, standard operating procedures. So that's what task capture is. Yeah. Then task mining is no process mining. Process mining looks after logs in ERPs, CRMs, and enterprise systems to capture, collect, and analyze information. So what task mining is, it's how humans interact with different systems. This type of technology captures screens, captures keystrokes, mouse clicks, data entries as part of any operation an analyst is performing. And you can name it. It can be an SAP system, Oracle system, Excel files, web pages, supplier and client portals. This technology uses some machine learning engines and some OCR, optical character recognition engines. And of course, it's got natural language processing capabilities as well. And all of these together, your machine learning, your NLP, and your OCR helps you to create algorithms to interpret and analyze data, which enables analysts and stakeholders to identify opportunities for automation. In other words, think about it this way. It's how do you collect data from different analysts doing what is supposed to be the same set of tasks to identify what are the similarities between what analysts are doing and what are things that are done today differently by this group of analysts.
Thank you so much, Chewy. A great explanation. Just for those who are not very familiar with the technology, could you just give us a little bit in how that data collection relates or coincides to robotic process automation?
So they work together, right? But they are different. They are not the same thing. Your RPA project or your RPA automation, it's the bot. It's the piece of software that is programmed and customized to perform tasks, repetitive tasks that normally a human does. A great input for RPA for your bot is task mining. It's going to help you. It's going to help you discover those things that are suitable for automation. It's going to help you capture things that are done similar and things that are done differently, and it's going to help you to find the happy path on how things across the multiple systems used by a group of analysts should be used. And then identifying that happy path, it's going to give you an idea during that discovery process which set of tasks or operations are most suitable for automation that at the end are going to help you design your bot.
Yeah. Thank you very much again, Chewy, for the technology explanations. Moving forward slightly, the SSON, Research and Analytics Automation benchmarking survey found that approximately 1 in 3 shared service centers have actually invested into task mining. I call it 30%. Do you have any reasons or ideas as to why they are not prioritizing that kind of investment more?
Yeah, but by the way, you're right? Only 1/3 of shared service centers are investing in task mining today.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other hand, Lee, as you probably know, the numbers are growing. So the
Correct.
trend, it's showing that for 2023 and beyond, many of the decision makers in GBS and shared service centers are putting investments in task mining. Why it didn't happen in the past? Because most of the investments in the past, Lee, were focused on the automation in itself. Whereas many of your, I'd say, quick wins and low-hanging fruits were being automated. As you start creating some sort of a mature automation program, your ability to do more discoveries of what you call low-hanging fruit or quick wins decreases through time. So you need to find new innovative mechanisms to discover more, better, and faster. And task mining is a great enabler to discover more and to discover faster.
That totally makes sense. Thank you, Chewy. It very much relates to how I think other technology like process mining, artificial intelligence, chatbots, those are the kind of big investment spends which grab the headlines. Right now we have a chat GPT, which everybody is talking about, especially on social media. So kind of related to what you mentioned, they were looking at the low-hanging fruit or the quick wins initially. Besides the efficiency benefit which task mining brings, are you able to explain where the other return of investment is going to come from if they look to implement it?
Great question, Lee. First of all, your task mining, it's going to be a less expensive project than a process mining or artificial intelligence project. So cost, number one, more attractive. Task mining, it's not as expensive as other technologies. Second, your business case is going to come from the opportunity to discover more and faster, as I mentioned before. Furthermore, the outcome of a task mining project, it's gonna give you a pre-designed model for automation. In other words, it's gonna save time for the automation to happen. So in other words, if you were doing this in the traditional way, you would be producing documentation to design the solution for RPA, and the outcome of task mining is gonna give you a pre-design or pre-solution to that RPA opportunity. Plus, think about it. When you deploy it for multiple analysts, let's say 6 guys working in accounts payable in your team, and you start collecting the data from those 6 guys, it's going to give you the opportunity to identify chances for standardization, not only automation, because you are going to be able, collecting and analyzing the data, you are going to be able to discover how things are done differently by the team in some of those tasks that were supposed to be doing the same. So you are going to be able to benchmark within your analyst what is the happy path and what is the best way to process an invoice, for example.
Thank you very much again, Chewy. I'm just trying to think how to tie that into the next question, which you've kind of started on a little bit, which is task mining. If you look upon the perspective of how it gives you the opportunity to start small, especially in regards to cost versus those bigger spend automation technologies. So I'm just trying to, how would you compare, what are the benefits of using task mining, starting small in essence, versus big spend automation? What are the benefits in the long term?
I think it comes down to return on investment. First of all, as I mentioned, it's not as expensive technology as process mining is. On the other hand, Lee, when you think about task mining, you need to plan for a pilot, right? You need to identify which buckets of people, right, are lacking of good sound automation. So you find out within your shared services team and with the shared service centers and your processes, from order to cash, hard to retire, record to report, you find out where you're lacking automation. And then that's where you start targeting task mining processes to start discovering things that your organization didn't pick on in the past. And you start by focusing on those places where there's opportunity, but ideas never came up. So instead of gathering ideas and candidates from the organization, you discover yourself using this machine learning engine called task mining.
I think that sounds really exciting, especially from an enterprise perspective. That leads me on to the next question, which is, do you have a story to tell from someone who started small with task mining and whether they were then able to scale it or it helped them to discover new opportunities like you just mentioned, and how they kind of move forwards with that?
Yeah, telecommunications company, United States, they had been very successful, are automating the classical, right? The classic things within finance, within order to cash, within record to report. But then their automation velocity started to decrease through time. Steady state, not a lot of new ideas came up. So they decided to target a call center where they deployed for 5 or 6 call center agents. Many of the things they were doing in front of the computer when they were receiving calls and troubleshooting clients. So they were able to identify quick wins within the call center using task mining.
Awesome. Thank you very much for sharing that story, Chewy. That is the end of our RPA Trends 2. I look forward to seeing you for RPA Trends 3, and I will catch you later.